week of February 20th, 2018. My name is Jackson, and this is your TNN. In ranking a country's weight in the world, two attributes stand out: manpower and money, or more precisely, population and production. Until the 19th century, the two went together. The country that could sustain the largest population, China, also had the largest economy. Almost by definition, America eventually broke that link, becoming the biggest economy in the world by 1890, despite having less than a fifth of China's population. According to estimates by Angus Madison, an economic historian, and his successors, but the ancient pattern is slowly reverting itself. Is China now destined to reclaim both crowns, becoming the world's biggest economy as well as the most populated country? Only time will tell. Now let's go over to Khalil with sports.
Hi, welcome to sports. The Winter Olympics is going to end this week, unfortunately. But it was an amazing time for the athletes. Chloe Kim did an amazing job in her event, which her event was the half-pipe snowboarding. When she was just 13 years old, she technically qualified for the Olympics in Sochi, except they said that she was too young to go on. Now she is only 17 and brought home the gold for America. She was able to show off her talents at the Olympics, while she was able to get the gold medal by finishing two 1080s in a row.
The NBA trade deadline passed a few weeks ago. One team that made a lot of notable changes are the Cleveland Cavaliers, who traded away multiple players including Isaiah Thomas and Dwayne Wade.
That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, you guys. And here's Miss Burton with special announcements.
Good morning. I'm very excited to announce our Employees and Students of the Month for February. Our Employees of the Month for Certified is Miss Patty Thompson, our instructional coach, and for Classified, Miss Suzanne Anderson, our new paraprofessional. For Students of the Month, for Miss Hammond's class, Rhett Hadley. For Mrs. Coleman's class, Taylor Ennis. For Miss Keeler's class, Gael Jacobo. For Mrs. Tracer's class, Braden Kurtz. For Mrs. Webb's class, Kira Robinson. For Mrs. Dirkson's class, Aubrey Zanes. From Mrs. Rome's class, Cheyenne Reichel. From Mrs. O'Malley's class, Annabeth McCarty. From Mrs. Denny's class, Jackson Denny. From Mrs. Worsham's class, Gabriela Martinez. From Mrs. Payton's class, Josie Murillo. From Mrs. Zimmerman's class, Montana Lorenz. From Mr. Dobish's class, Helene Hernandez. From Mrs. Hanson's class, Natalia Pena. From Miss Brown's class, Corey Spann. From Miss Wilgen's class, Blanca Villalobos. From Miss Wright's class, Emily Lewis. From Miss Quinn's class, Jameer Johnson. From Mrs. Martinez's class, Eliel Altman. And from Mrs. Barnes' class, Miguel Jimenez. Congratulations. Let's have a great week. Good morning, students and staff. I just have a few announcements for this week. On Thursday, there will be a CSO, our Chief Science Officers, will have a field trip with Mrs. Dirksen. We have our Future Freshman Day at Tonopah Valley High School, so our 8th grade students will be traveling with Miss Quinn and Miss Wright to the high school. You will eat lunch there, and that will be from 10 to 1. Also, you will have a parent night that evening at TVHS. You may take your parents, see the high school, ask and answer questions. It should be a great day. On Thursday night at Tartesso, we have a reading readiness parent night that will be facilitated by our 3rd grade teachers and Mr. and Mrs. Dobish. On Friday, we have our 2nd annual Career Day from 8 to 11:45. We will provide lunch for our Career Day presenters afterwards. And then we have dodgeball that afternoon from 2 to 3 p.m. Let's make it a great week.
Thanks, Miss Burton. Let's go over to Eric with entertainment news.
Hi, my name is Eric and welcome to Entertainment News. Esports has started with new games to play for 2018, such as Madden NFL 18, Overwatch, Dota 2, Call of Duty, and League of Legends. Esports is a national game of video games where video games are turned into a sport. One of the top games is the Overwatch League. There are other games that have leagues, but they are now streaming Madden NFL League on TV. That's all for Entertainment News. See you next time.
Thanks, Eric. Ani's here with Fun Fact Live.
Welcome back to Fun Fact Live. My name is Anya and I'm here with
Danica Mackenzie Clough.
Okay, I have four statements for you to guess which one is incorrect. The first one, the average woman uses her head in lipstick every year. Number 2, a flock of crows is known as a murder. Number 3, heart attacks are most likely to happen on a Monday. And number 4, emperor penguins can lay up to 20 eggs in a lifetime. I'll give you 10 seconds to guess. Okay, Danica, what is your guess?
I think it's number 3.
You are wrong. It was number 4. Emperor penguins can lay up to 20 eggs in a lifetime. It's only between 1 and 3. Great job. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time on Fun Fact Live.
Okay.
Thanks, Ani. Now let's go over to Taylor and Ashton with Name That Thing. Hello and welcome back to Name That Thing. My name is Taylin. And I'm Ashton. The correct answer from last week was fjords, and the winner was Janiri from 8th grade. This week is an electric instrument created by Emmett Chapman in the early 1970s. It usually has 10 or 12 individually tuned strings. He intended for it to be a freehand tapping form. If you know the answer, have your teacher email Mr. Whistler or click the link below. That's all for this week. See you next time on Name That Thing. Thanks, Taylor and Ashton. Now let's go over to Joke of the Week with Candace and Kendall.
Welcome to Joke of the Week. My name's Candace.
And I'm Kendall.
Holy smooches, I just fell off a 30-foot ladder.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was on the first step. If you have a joke and you would like to be on the news, go on to the link below. We would love to have you on.
That's all
For Joke of the Week. See you next time.
Thanks, girls. Now let's go over to Science Time with Hannah.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Science Time. My name is Hannah. Have you ever gotten the feeling of being watched? The truth is that you probably are. Your brain has a gaze detection which can sense when someone is looking at you. When you sense this, you mostly get chills, and if you don't, you're probably just creeped out. Whether it's a human or some other life form, it can be creepy either way. Next time you feel the strange and uncomfortable feeling, you know why. That's all for Science Time this week. Watch your back.
Thanks, Hannah. Now let's go over to Ben with Why We Should Be in.
Welcome back to Why We Should Be an A+ school. I think we should be an A+ school because we have amazing teachers. They're very kind to us and to help us and help us understand what they're trying to teach. A lot of teachers also participate and facilitate in extracurricular activities. They help with clubs and sports teams. They are the best teachers in the world, and this is why I think we should be an A+ school.
Thanks, Ben. Now Natalia's here with our Tartesso teasers. Hi, my name is Natalia, and welcome to Tartesso Teasers. The winners for last week were Janiri from 8th grade, Jackson from 4th grade, David also from 4th grade, and Kylie Kurtz from 6th grade. The answer was a book. This week's teaser is Give me food and I will live, give me water and I will die. What am I? If you know the answer, go to the link below. See you next time. Don't forget that we're selling cake pops on Wednesdays, and Girls Who Code is selling candies and talkies on Thursdays. Now it's time of Quote of the Week with Key Arthur.
Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States from 1901 to 1909, once famously said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick," a proverb quoted by Theodore Roosevelt as a brief statement as his approach to foreign policy. This has become known as the Big Stick Policy. This is the idea of negotiating peacefully, simultaneously threatening with the big stick or the military, ties in heavily with the idea of diplomacy based primarily on some considerations of given circumstances and factors, rather than explicit ideal negotiations or notions of moral and ethical premises, which implies a pursuit of political power that resembles a cynical disregard for morality and a focus on self-interest and personal gain ideals. That's all for Quote of the Week. See you next time.
That's all for your TNN. See you next time.